Hey guys, we're back with another video. This one is called Multiplication with Exponents. This is going to help you out with IXL lesson F8, 8th grade math. Multiplying exponents. The product of exponents rule says that when you multiply two numbers with the same base, you can add their exponents together. So for example, a to the second power times a to the fifth power equals a to the seventh, because 2 plus 5 is 7. And here's why. A to the second power is a times a. A to the fifth power is a times a times a times a times a. So therefore, we have two a's and we have 5 more a's, and we're multiplying them. And so if you're going to multiply them, you could just put them all together and call it a to the 7th power. How do you multiply numbers with exponents? Well, like I said, if the bases are the same, you can add the exponents together. Example number 1. Simplify. Write your answer with a positive exponent. 2 to the second power times 2 to the sixth power is 2 to the 8th power. Easy peasy. Example number 2. Simplify. Write your answer with a positive exponent. 5 to the 8th times 5 to the negative second power. If we add 8 plus negative 2, we would get 6. The answer is 5 to the 6th power. And I give that 2 thumbs up. Example number 3. Write your answer with a positive exponent. 3 to the second power times 3 to the negative 6th power. We end up getting 3 to the negative 4th power, but we can't stop there. So we're going to have to change that into a fraction of 1 over 3 to the 4th power. Yes! Example number 4. Write your answer with a positive exponent. B to the third times b to the fifth equals b to the 8th, because 3 plus 5 is 8. And that's a good call. Example number 5. Write your answer with a positive exponent. M times n is m to the second power, because each letter m has an exponent. You don't see it, but it has an exponent of 1. So if you were to add 1 plus 1, it would add up to 2. High five! Example number 6. Write your answer with a positive exponent. B to the fourth times b to the negative 6th power. We would add 4 plus negative 6 to get negative 2. And then we'd write that as a fraction of 1 over b to the second power. That negative 2 becomes positive, and it becomes a denominator. Oh yeah! How do you multiply numbers with exponents if the bases are different? Step number 1. If the bases are different, add the exponents together for the numbers that have the same base. And then step number 2, put the different bases next to each other. Example number 7. Write your answer with a positive exponent. 3 to the second times 5 to the second times 3 to the sixth times 5 to the third. So I'm noticing that we have 3 to the second power and we have 3 to the 6th power. Since those have the same base, we can put it together and call it 3 to the 8th power. I'm also noticing 5 to the second power and 5 to the third power. Since they both have a base of 5, we can put those two together as well. So when we put our 3's together, it's 3 to the 8th power, and when we put our 5's together, it would be 5 to the 5th power. Pretty cool. Example number 8. Write your answer with a positive exponent. A to the third times b to the second times c to the 5th times a times b to the 6th times c to the 3rd. Well, we could go ahead and give the letter a 1 right here, which means we're going to add a3, a to the 3rd, and a to the 1st to be a to the 4th. B to the 2nd and b to the 6th would give us b to the 8th. C to the 5th and c to the 3rd would give us c to the 8th. The answer is a to the 4th, b to the 8th, c to the 8th. Mind blown. Example number 9. Write your answer with a positive exponent. A times b to the 2nd times a to the 6th times b to the negative 3rd. What we end up getting is a to the 7th power and b to the negative 1st. Well, a to the 7th can stay where it is, but b to the negative 1st power needs to go as a denominator because it was negative. Now that we put it on the bottom, it's positive. The answer is a to the 7th over b. Example number 10. Write your answer as a fraction or a whole number without an exponent. 5 to the 2nd times 5 to the 4th would be 5 to the 6th, because we would add 2 plus 4 to get 6. 5 to the 6th power means 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. And if you did all of that, you would get 15,625. And if you ask me, I think that's super. Example number 11. We're almost done. Evaluate. Write your answer as a fraction or a whole number without an exponent. 3 to the 2nd power times 3 to the negative 5th power. If you add 2 plus negative 5, you would get negative 3. We're going to change that into a fraction of 1 over 3 to the 3rd power. 3 to the 3rd power means 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. The answer is 1 over 27. Good job, champ. Example number 12, our final example. Evaluate. Write your answer as a fraction or a whole number without an exponent. 3 to the 2nd power times 3 to the negative 5th power times 4 to the 2nd power. We could put together the 3 to the 2nd power and the 3 to the negative 5th power and call it 3 to the negative 3rd. 4 to the 2nd power, though, we're going to leave by itself. 3 to the negative 3rd power is negative, so that needs to go on the bottom of our fraction, making it a positive 3 to the 3rd power. 4 to the 2nd power can stay up top as our numerator. 4 to the 2nd power is worth 16. 3 to the 3rd power is 27. That means our final answer is 16 over 27. Done and done. Bzzz, be careful. A common mistake that students make when multiplying exponential expressions is they multiply the exponents. Don't do that. Be sure to remember to add the exponents when the bases are the same. X to the m times x to the n equals x to the m plus n. And our motivational poster of the day, just because my path is different doesn't mean I'm lost. I like this quote, because each person is on their own different path, and nobody has the right to judge you just because you're different from them. Well, if you're different from them, that makes them different from you, and you're not judging them, so why should they judge you? That is the end of today's video. Hopefully you learned something new about multiplying numbers with exponents. Join us in our next video as we learn how to divide numbers with exponents. We'll see you then. See ya!